My name is Géraud Burin de Rosiers. I'm an extreme adventure junkie, a former officer in France's elite mountain infantry, and a graduate of a military academy specializing in the high mountains. I'm an explorer. I've survived 2 major accidents, a 40-meter fall from a rocky outcrop, and a helicopter crash. On 2 separate occasions, doctors told me that I would never walk again, but I wanted to prove them wrong. For 30 years, I've covered armed conflicts while working as a war correspondent and adapting to some of the world's most hostile territories. Today, my mission is to bring you to the other side of the world to meet some of the last tribes. We're going to the border of Ecuador and Peru, in the heart of the Amazon, to the homes of the Guarani warriors and the Schwar people. To become one of them, I'll have to pass a series of tests and tasks, risking life and limb. I'll be going into hostile territory to the homeland of dangerous indigenous people that live out of contact with the rest of the world. I'll hunt crocodiles with my bare hands. Steal honey from crazed bees. With the Schwar people and their sorcerers and shamans, I will learn shamanic rites and drink ayahuasca, the powerful hallucinogenic potion, to transform myself into a jaguar. I'll plunge my bare hands into a frenzied wasp nest to feed myself with their larva.
Voilà le genre de guêpes qui par centaines, ils attaquent.
And confront the coral serpent, among the most dangerous in the world. But I am not Superman. I must prove my courage and overcome my fears. At my side, my film crew. They're my comrades, ready to follow me into the most challenging conditions.
Philippe, elle est pour toi.
Mais je suis pas obligé de lui craquer la tête, si.
To not become a captive of the jungle. With us, you will tremble, learn to master your fears. You'll laugh, and you'll cry. If you have survival instincts, welcome to Fear Trip. The Guarani people are a warrior clan that live in a reserve covering 250,000 hectares. This reserve is one of the most biodiverse places in the world. Traveling through the jungle is everything but a cakewalk. Don't make the mistake of getting caught on branches, which are often full of thorns and spikes. Also, you must avoid venomous snakes, creepy crawlies, and all types of insects, like the bullet ant, which can inflict an incredibly painful sting, and whose venom can travel through the body and even paralyze. Walking in this jungle demands a real effort. It's over 90 degrees with 100% humidity in the air. It's hard to breathe in this kind of humidity without becoming worn out. It's also the rhythm that is required. Really, every step is an effort.
C'est vraiment chaque pas qui est un effort.
After 5 hours of walking, we come to a chasm that we need to cross. It's not easy with boots. I mustn't slip. Because if I fall, there's nothing to soften my landing. This hunting outpost is just one leg of the journey. We're going to go back into the thick of the jungle. In this river, we'll need to create a path between the clusters of trees and roots. With every step, we need to remain vigilant, so as not to disturb a snake. Ramon warned us that there was danger in the water. A big crocodile. And they want to kill it? Pay attention, you guys. There are crocs in the water. You looking for where he's hiding? Careful. Ramon just got a glimpse of it.
C'est quoi? C'est quoi? Là, plutôt.
Okay, my feet touch the bottom here.
Sí, todavía está en el fondo, adentro. Nosotros vamos a pescar. Vamos a pescar.
Here, my feet no longer touch the bottom. The crocodile's gone back to its den. Here it is, under the twigs. Hard to make it out in this muddy water. In a single movement, his jaw appears. The crocodile appears calm, but he could attack in a heartbeat. According to Ramon, it's a black caiman. Fully grown caimans can grow up to 5 meters in length. This one's about 2 meters long.
Un soga?
They're thinking about how to capture it.
Ils sont en train de...
They're making a lasso with vines, and they want to trap the crocodile with it. One of the natives made a slip knot and slid it around the crocodile's jaw. He's now our prisoner.
Ya está amarrado. Ahora ya está amarrado. Ya está amarrado. Aquí.
But the caiman got angry. We must get out of the deep water as quickly as we can and go to where our feet can touch the bottom. The croc is struggling. If the vine breaks, we're going to pay dearly for this. Everyone prepares to either harpoon it or club it. When it's my turn, I have to pierce it with my spear. But it defends itself. It's hit multiple times with a machete. This may be cruel, but they don't want to take any risks. Ramon is happy. In this river where the survival of the fittest reigns, they earn their kill. With danger avoided, the fishing can continue. They're wary of it until the end. They hold it by the jaw. I want to see its teeth. Its jaws are still open.
Ah,
Mira, todavía está vivo.
encore mort, mais...
Sí, sí. Son fuertes, no saben morir.
For safety, Ramon prefers to tie its jaw shut with a vine. Bravo.
Bravo.
He didn't come for nothing. I would have liked to skip school to do that. I have to carry the caiman back to the camp. With it, we're sure to have meals for the next 2 days. But in this powerful heat, our game will rot very quickly. So we need to cook it as soon as we bring it back. First, the caiman has to be spit roasted.
Estamos sacando lo que tiene afuera esas cosas. Tiene doble piel.
The natives don't keep the skin to tan it or to make bags. They only use the teeth to ornament their necklaces. Three hours later, the soup is served. The whole clan feasts. It's a feast savored in silence. The flesh is firm, resembling squid. It's very good. They risked their lives for this meal. Second day in the forest. It's 6 a.m. in the morning. And we leave for the hunt. I picked up my lance again.
Recule.
The man ahead just got stung. The stings are dangerous.
Les guêpes. Attention.
In 30 seconds, I've lost sight of everyone.
Ah mais... Il n'y a plus personne, on sait pas où ils sont.
The natives have disappeared.
Ouais, la trace.
There's no one left here, and I can't see where they went. In this situation, I can't become distraught. I follow Ramon's advice and observe the cut and broken branches to find the path that they took.
La végétation coupée.
Like this freshly broken branch that indicates their path. Here. There they are, I can see them. After a week of hunting, and as I'm not used to wearing wet boots for such long periods of time, I got a blister. It's a wound that absolutely must be disinfected. Luckily, we anticipated this happening and brought along everything we needed to fend off this type of misadventure. I'll once again be able to be on my feet. To join the Warani clan, Ramon proposed that I'd have to participate in a formidable test of character. He found a wild beehive in the forest, and he wanted me to go steal their honey, regardless of the risk of being stung. Do I need to take off my pants? Meanwhile, the girls disappeared into the forest. I decide to take my clothes off, but without separating myself from my little camera, to be in the heart of the action. To remain clothed, even in simple shorts for a Warani, is not always adequate. A string can be worn to avoid getting stung in sensitive areas. Here they secure their private parts with string. It's not really comfortable. Huh? Me, I will not do that. Like the boys, the girls are dressed in the simplest manner. The family has gathered, and the hunt can commence. After a quarter of an hour of walking, we arrive. Ramon points to the tree he found. He directs us to the hive hanging from the tree trunk. What a sight. It's home to thousands of bees ready to defend their treasure. That's where the bees are. Are you going to cut down the tree? But it's almost 40 meters tall.
Ya están alertando porque ya va a caer algo.
Time to put some cotton in my ears to avoid that the bees get inside my ears. It's going to fall that way. There's a moment of panic and everyone goes in different directions. I know that this is the moment I need to prove my courage. Without thinking, the Indians race towards their prey. I'll have to plunge my bare hands into the swarm, scoop out a morsel of the hive, and make my escape. We're going to be in contact with the bees. The bees attack us. They make a furious army. I've got bees all over me. They're stinging. I'm covered by them. The burn of the sting is intense, like enormous electrical shocks on my head and my hair. We need to escape, to get out of here as quickly as possible. It's our only defense. The bees get into everything, even under the hood of our cameraman, Eric, and into his ears. For him, it's impossible to hold the camera. I can't do anything to help him. Everyone needs to save their own skin first. We need to run, but where? I lost Ramon. I can hear shouting from afar. We ran through 200 meters of jungle in our attempt to escape the bees. The group tries to catch their breath. I still have bees all over me, on my face, on my neck. It's hard to breathe. For the Indians, there's no question of waiting any longer. They want to enjoy the spoils right here, right now. This honey is delicious. It's incredible. It's incredible. Oh, in my eye. What a show. What a frenzy. I understand now. What a celebration of honey. On the spot, they devour the honey with delight. The bees emit a pheromone that alerts their comrades. A new wave of bees wage their attack on us. We already need to go back. My head's spinning. I hope that Ramon is sure these stings are not dangerous. My hands are shaking. Is it their venom or the adrenaline pumping through my veins? Here's what the little bees look like. The stinger really hurts. We're getting used to it bit by bit. I no longer feel the stings. It's as if my body's anesthetized. One of the Warani invites me to lap up the honey. I rediscover my wild instincts. It's a real delight. In a single bite, I understand why bears are so fond of honey. Only they're resistant to bee stings. Wow, this is the best. There are really choice parts as well. Oh. Wow, it's full of honey. It's the end of the struggle. We return to the path home. I think I did not demerit myself in the eyes of the women. That's how it's done, girls. They adopt me as one of their own. It's the first time in my life that I'm covered head to toe in honey. According to them, it's excellent for the hair. This swimming hole is their washroom and their relaxation zone. Tonight, the group organizes a small party. I'm invited to join the circle. At this point, I had no clue that the game was going to take an unanticipated saucy twist.
Tú tienes que coger en la vagina, como las mujeres. Tú tienes que coger así, a las vaginas. Y tú tienes que coger y poner acá.
But he did not tell me that the women have to do the same thing. The party's in full swing, and everyone's having fun. Even the grandmother. Ramon has even proposed a fake marriage, my marriage, with this young woman. But I'm married already.
No importa, tienes que tener bastantes mujeres como cultura de nosotros.
The group keeps us two as prisoners, to ultimately drive us to the ground together. After 15 days with the Warani, I succeeded in becoming one of them and accomplishing multiple challenges. But this is nothing in comparison to what I will experience next. We thank you all for everything. Goodbye to everyone. Thank you. I know that Ramon and his people fight for their survival in this age, to defend their territory, which is increasingly threatened by oil exploitation. Immense pipelines crisscross up and down the forest. I did not think that I would see the flares so close. They're everywhere. We're heading to the south of Ecuador, to another tribe, the Jivaro Indians, specifically the Schwar. It's the territory of shamans and sorcerers. They're famous for making tsantsa, by shrinking the decapitated heads of their enemies. The Jivaro obey their own laws. These people were never pacified, and still to this day, the warriors of their tribal neighbors can lose their heads. The tribe has accepted to accommodate me and initiate me according to their rites. I will drink ayahuasca, the hallucinogenic potion, with the intention of transforming myself into a jaguar, and to plunge my bare hands into a wasp nest, confront a coral serpent, and discover the soul of Arutham, the spirit of the forest. We are in Macas, the regional capital of the Marengo Santiago province, on the hillsides of the Ecuadorian Andes. The Schwar community can be found just behind these mountains. They practice sorcery and black magic. So, before going to see them, I decide to be initiated by a shaman. I have an appointment with him about 25 miles away from the city. The taxi drops us off and quickly leaves. We can no longer turn back. We enter his cabin. A man comes to greet me. It's the son of the shaman. According to him, his father, Ernesto Pinchuba, is 110 years old. He's seated on an old sagging couch, his daughter there to assist him. He's one of the few Schwar to have participated in Sansa, the ritual of shrinking heads. He's a very powerful sorcerer, a visionary. I decide to show him my blister that I have on my foot so that he can cure it. It's a wound that I'm having difficulty in healing. It's a really big blister. It's hard to clean it with disinfectant. I didn't expect this. The old man cleans my wound with his rough tongue and all his force. You're sucking it? He spits up what he's just swallowed into a basin that's already half full. Clearly tonight, I'm not the first to come for treatment. The shaman just sucked my wound very intensely. It really hurt, actually. Then he blew his cigarette on it. I hope he won't do that again. Did not feel good at all. Because this is a really big blister. It's not at all pleasurable, I guarantee you. He spit strong alcohol on top of my wound. Oh my God, one could say that he's devouring my foot. Oh my gosh, why did I show him that? Why did I show him this wound? Thank you, Shaman. We fly over the high Amazon between Ecuador and Peru. The wise elders and sorcerers live protected by the Cotuche and Condor mountain ranges, at the foot of several active volcanoes, one of which we see here, the Sangay. We arrive in the village. There's our camp. Warouche is this man with the menacing face. On his neck, an anaconda skeleton formed into a necklace. One of his sons, Freddy, sits at his side. His wife, Estella, is with him, along with 3 of his daughters and his stepdaughter. In all, there are 7 children and 4 grandchildren. In this bowl, his daughter brings me manioc beer, a mixture that is chewed up and spit out by the women. We can smell the fermentation. It's harsh. It smells like vomit and has a bizarre taste, but I have to swallow it all without showing my disgust. On about my 5th beer, I'm drunk. The warriors approach me, with their rifles loaded. They're provoking me, but I cannot lower my gaze. At the moment where the ceremony comes to a close, a deluge falls over the campsite.
Este hombre poderoso y muy importante, porque la lluvia, esta naturaleza nos presencia ahora.
With the presentations finished, Chief Warouche and his family bring me to the heart of the tropical forest. The group wants to know if I'm going to hesitate to eat the things they do. The interior is all mushy. Larvae are hidden under the bark. They come from a beetle, a scarab that came and laid its eggs. A few weeks later, here's the result. That's the larva. I have to bite into it. I bite it quickly. There. I took the head off with my teeth. It convulses in my mouth, but I'll eat her quickly. I've never tasted palm tree larvae. I know that they're rich in protein. In any case, it's my only meal, and fasting is out of the question. It's good. It's like milk, with a crunchy texture and some skin. To survive in the jungle, you need to regain your strength at every chance you get. With their little heads, they're really harmless. It's somewhat impressive at the beginning, but really you get used to it. I didn't expect that I'd feel some Indian spirit within me. There's no question of leaving the sound engineer out of the fun. Philip, this one's for you.
Philippe, elle est pour toi. Mais je suis pas obligé de lui craquer la tête, si. Ah, il vaut mieux lui croquer la tête. Ouais.
He too had chosen to join the adventure with all the risks that came along with it. It's good?
Ouais, c'est bon.
I think the two of us have succeeded in completing our rite of passage.
Alimento de Schwar. Sí, nos alimentamos de esto. Schwar come este gusano. Es bueno para estómago.
Pour l'estomac.
Sí.
The larvae appear in abundance. These will be for the family back at the camp. There are dozens slipping between our fingers, and they need to be killed with a quick bite to the head so that they don't eat one another. That's great. The following morning, I discover the camp. The Schwar live in a simple manner. It's Warush that built his own house. There are no walls, nor any protection against wild animals. Just a roof to protect them from the sun and the elements. The pantry is always in reach. They only have to gather the fruits of the jungle, and they also grow a little vegetable garden. Warush's two sons bring me to the shower. There, I find a simple rainwater barrel. The Schwar territory covers about 750,000 hectares. Today, for the first time, I'm going to take part in a very peculiar fishing method. They're vines, and this lets out a type of product that's like white paint. Barbasco is the plant poison which traps oxygen and asphyxiates the fish coming up to the surface. After a few minutes, all we have to do is pick them up, completely intoxicated. Careful, sometimes their fins are sharp. That could be quite lethal. It hurts. From a very young age, children learn how to differentiate between the species. At the moment, the harvest is excellent. Then suddenly, Philippe sounds the alarm. He nearly stepped on a snake. The snake makes for the water. The snake makes for the water. The whole family left the water and took refuge on the bank. It's a coral viper? According to Warush, it's a coral viper, which is about 1.20 meters, one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. Its neurotoxic poison instantly paralyzes the central nervous system, quickly killing the victim. Its venom is so fast that it leaves the victim with no chance of survival. Warush wants to get rid of it completely. But the snake doesn't give in. It escapes. Warush hits it and disables it.
Sacar de aquí, sacar, botar lejos, porque van a picar a las señoras.
Since I was a child, I've gotten used to catching snakes, but this time, the game is risky. I'm gonna try to catch it, but the snake is faster than us. Around the world, over 100,000 people die from snake bites every year. I have to grab it very quickly, just behind its head. And above all, I can't let it slip through my fingers. According to the Schwar, the snake could also sting me with its tail. Maybe it's a myth, but I don't want to take any risk. As a precaution, I cut off both the head and the tail of the snake. Warush is reassured.
T'as eu peur? À un moment donné, quand il est remonté, là. T'as eu cœur. Maman.
These first days have been my opportunity to discover the day-to-day life of the Schwars, to tame this Amazonian world. Little by little, I'm accepted by Warush's family, by living at their pace. I'm immersed in their culture by respecting each of their customs. A friendship is born, and strong bonds are created. Warush showed me his garden, his forest. I discovered the extent to which this man was determined to defend his jungle, the lungs of the world. He, guardian of the Amazon, has touched my heart. Have I touched his? He gives me one of his necklaces, symbolizing power, friendship, and trust.
Warush. Tú eres Warush. Schwar.
Warush is also the name of his grandfather, a famous warrior.
Warush.
What impresses them is the size of the nest that they have come to find. The nest is full of larvae, which the Schwar love. We've planned a fall zone to ensure our security. Watch out, it's starting to fall. We see the first wasps. There's the first cloud of wasps. Warush makes a sign. They're swirling around us. They're guarding their nest. They're furious. Unlike bees, these wasps have big stingers. That's the difference. To keep the wasps away, Warush has a method. He takes the sweat from his underarm. That works for me because I have a lot of sweat. We need to bring the attack. I don't know what's coming next, but I take my place behind Warush. In front of him, the wasps defend their territory by the thousands. We gotta get out of here, guys. Warush succeeded in catching the enormous nest. Come on, Warush. We gotta get out of here. I want to protect Warush, but I risk burning his skin or setting his hair on fire. I have to use the fire to keep the wasps away. I need to fuel the flame so it makes more smoke. This is one of the little wasps that's attacking us by the hundreds. Unlike the bees, the wasp stinger does not remain in the skin after a sting. They can give you multiple stings in a row. I need to pick up my torch and return to combat. Fleeing is out of the question. I need to protect Warush. Oh my gosh, at the moment I'm a little overexcited. There, we have the nest. It's made up of little chambers. The wasps made it by chewing up wood with their saliva. They made a sort of cardboard. Inside, we find eggs and larvae, our treasure. With the rain, our torches are going to siffle out, and the wasps are still vicious. We need to begin a retreat to save ourselves.
Allez, on quitte là.
We got him! At their side, I succeeded in this latest rite of passage. Now, I take my place at the feast. That one's for me. I could say it has the taste of hazelnut. It's very small, really. So we begin, we circle around with the whole family and take our pick. The children, too. We can't stop. Everyone gets their taste of the wasp's nest. That stings. Today I'm going to participate in a shamanic ritual. Drinking ayahuasca, a hallucinogen potion used to forge the soul of warriors and defend oneself from sorcerers. Tonight, I'll try an experience that is not a game. It carries real risks, including paranoia and cardiac arrest. I haven't eaten anything since dawn. My Indian brother Warush ordered me to fast. To make the potion, Warush methodically strips the bark of the twigs and then boils them for nearly 4 hours until he obtains a brown juice. We leave to perform the ritual, which should take place in the heart of virgin forest. The shamans drink ayahuasca at major stages in their life, starting when they're young. Warush has never brought a stranger here before. To prepare ourselves mentally and enter gently in communion with the forest, we immerse ourselves in the river. For Warush, it's a kind of purification. On this skull-shaped rock, we start a long meditation. Warush has just absorbed the energy of the river. He wants me to feel peace of mind and be in perfect harmony with him and with Mother Nature. The long-awaited moment arrives.
¿Estás seguro? ¿Estás convencido? ¿Seguro?
Oui.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once I drink this potion, I know it will be impossible to go back or stop the experience. There is no antidote. To make sure we capture the real experience, my team films with an infrared camera. Warush and I are now plunged into complete darkness. After 20 minutes, the first effects appear. I feel something like a distant vibration, like a herd of animals running through my entire body. To accelerate the effects of the ayahuasca, Warush gives me tobacco juice to sniff. The tobacco hits me like a wave. Around me, the sounds are magnified tenfold. You told me a loud sound I would hear. You hear it?
Ya, bote. Je me retiens.
Bon, tiens, je vais vous dire sur la caméra.
Ya.
Warush is not going to take the ayahuasca. I thank him for being there to support me because it's the beginning of a long nightmare. The taste of the bark keeps coming back. It's really disgusting. I really want to get rid of it, but I think I'm going to have it for a few more hours. Talking becomes an effort. My words are confused. I don't recommend this to anyone. What's that? A cat? There's nothing. Is something there? I saw a cat. He crawled towards me. I just saw a tabby cat, and it's only the beginning. The hallucination is starting again. Now I see a dog. Is it really there? A dog who crawls towards me with a misshapen snout. Is there a dog there? An hour later, my body is boiling, as if I'm being cooked. I'm sweating. It's crazy. I wanted to calm down. I wanted to calm down, but my state will get a lot worse. After the visions of the animals, I see a ghost. I saw a small boy who wrapped his arms around his body. He was sleeping. Seeing the boy beside me reassures me. But what's horrific is that he didn't have a face. He's now lying there. I think I can touch his boots. I want to get up, but my legs no longer respond. My will has abandoned me. I'm like a prisoner of something that I can't control at all. It's like a poison. Like a poison. This bad trip will last around 4 hours. And during all this time, Warush continued his shamanic rituals and watched over me. I'm exhausted. Warush ends up helping me to my shelter, where I spent the rest of the night. You gotta be completely crazy to drink that. I woke up multiple times through the night, reeling. But bizarrely, this morning, I feel energized. And overall, very emotional to see this man who's become my brother. It's a good thing you were there yesterday. I was like this. It's you who gave me that poison. My initiation with the Schwar is not yet finished. I have to complete one last task, the ultimate challenge of this long adventure. Warush leads me to a place that he and his family consider to be sacred. 40-meter waterfall full of bubbling water.
Poder de la naturaleza existe en esta cascada y nosotros tenemos que respirar profundamente desde el viento que nos brinda la cascada. Este aire.
He wants us to meditate together in order to feel the vibrations of the forest. Then he makes an incantation devoted to its power. He sings for this waterfall so that I can finally find what I'm looking for, the quest for the soul of Arutam. He asks me to dive in and swim under the waterfall in order to feel the power of the flow. I know that I can trust him and that he supports me. The heart of the waterfall is not easy to approach. The danger lies in getting swallowed by the current, caught as if in a drain. I'm victorious in my test. And I know that it was this moment that another Warush was really born. My team and I have given our all. We've come across the dangers of the forest, your treasured home. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my brother. With vital energy. And it was there that we said our goodbyes. This small plane marks the end of our trip. It's my new family that I'm leaving behind.
Estela. Adios.
Adios, feliz viaje.
In her eyes, I can see her heart. Goodbye. Take care of yourself.
Ay, shiruta kuna unikete. Pingaruita, shiruita.
I promised to come back and see them again.
Pingaruita.
Warush remained close to the waterfall in his forest. Today, I know that I have a brother that watches over me, like I watch over him.